Now, for more on this, Mohsin Shahedi, who is the Deputy Inspector General of National Disaster Response Force, joins us from New Delhi. Now, Himachal Pradesh CM says the state will take a year to rebuild the infrastructure wrecked by the heavy rain this monsoon season, but it's geared up to tackle the challenge. The estimated damage in the two devastating spells of heavy rain this week and in July, that's about 10,000 crores. What's your assessment of the situation? And as someone who's aware of the ground dynamics, how soon do you think the state can recover?
See, as you know, NDRF is a response force. So in a situation like this, which has happened in Himachal, landslides in many areas, almost 9-10 landslides, and then heavy rains also causing, flash floods situation. So this definitely means, a lot of work to do. Our role is limited to, taking out the live victims wherever possible, and also the dead bodies, because they are important to the families who have lost their loved ones. So this, of course, the removal of the debris causes a lot of it takes a lot of time, because it's a huge area, and at times the heavy machinery which is required to be pressed there, it does not it cannot go to the nearest point. So this takes a lot of time. So even in normalization of the situation, it may take 3-4 days. The overall, reconstruction definitely is a long process. So as the Honorable Chief Minister says, it may take a lot of time. So that, that would be up to the experts to, visualize how they want to rebuild the situation. So this is definitely a very difficult situation, and it will take some time.
Now, over 600 to 700 roads in the state are blocked due to landslides, including national highways. How is the NDRF assisting and ensuring essentials reach the worst hit areas?
Yes, you see a lot of efforts are there through the Air Force, Army, our own team. When it moved for Shimla, there were roadblocks. So with great difficulty, we had to take detours, elsewhere. So this process is going on, and Herculean efforts are on to normalize the situation and see that the traffic is open, and the important foodstuffs and other necessities, they are provided without loss of time.
Now, Shimla was to initially accommodate around 25,000 people. The city has been expanding horizontally, but in a non-organized way. Do you feel an infrastructural revamp of Shimla should now be the priority, one which is ecologically and environmentally sustainable?
See, as a response force, I can only talk about response, and what I always say is that we should be prepared for the worst case scenario. So a worst case scenario would be where, at a same time, there are many areas which are disturbed, and that actually, how one would respond to those situations when your troops, your manpower, your resources are overwhelmed. So we have to work on that line, and create manpower. The first responders in the states, they should be in sufficient quantity, because the NDRF is a national force. It is not always available there when an incident happens. So the first responders and the volunteers are very important to be developed, trained consciously. And secondly, the resources, the logistics have to be placed at vantage points, so that you don't have to move left and right. All these need to be planned in a very meticulous manner and rehearsed very well by all their stakeholders.
Now, most aged residents of Shimla recall that till the 1980s, a record of 24 degrees Celsius, that would make a big headline in newspapers. Gradually, the town started getting warmer. Snowfall patterns started to change over the years as well. You're helping Himachal tackle unprecedented difficulties caused by climate-related incidents. What's your message for climate change deniers?
See, the message is very clear that we have to respect the nature, and development has to be done in a planned manner. It cannot be reckless. A lot of these catchment areas which come up slowly, gradually, these are the areas where, which see the first effect of the floods, landslides, whatever. So these are the poor people, who try to get closer to the big towns and cities, and they are actually the sufferers. So all these things have to be taken into consideration when planning.